Stop everything, because what I'm about to drop on you is not just another tabloid disaster. Oh no, this is a full-blown nightmare that's completely wrecked a marriage, torn apart a family, and left fans gasping for air. For years, Doug Christie was seen as the poster child of loyalty, the husband who stood by Jackie Christie through every storm until now. And guess what? Shocking leaks, secret chat messages, and a hidden video have all surfaced online. And the truth, it's even darker than you could ever imagine. Doug Christie's secret affair with Brandi Maxiell has been exposed. Yes, you heard that right. The man everyone thought would never betray Jackie Christie has allegedly been sneaking around with another woman. And not just anyone, but Brandi Maxiell, someone Jackie once called a close friend. The betrayal cuts so deep that Jackie isn't just humiliated, she's completely shattered. Sources say Jackie Christie collapsed live on air as the news broke, screaming, crying, and smashing glass in her dressing room while producers scrambled to calm her down. Social media? Total chaos. Hashtag Jackie betrayed and hashtag Doug exposed took over. Every feed, every comment section, and every trending page. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, well, hold on tight. Just when you thought it couldn't possibly get any worse, guess what dropped? A leaked audio. And in it, Doug Christie and Brandi Maxiell are allegedly heard plotting their future together, whispering about pushing Jackie Christie out of the picture so they could finally go public as a couple. What was once just gossip is now an out firestorm. This betrayal, it's so brutal. Fans are calling it the end of Jackie Christie's entire legacy. This isn't just an affair, it's the ultimate tragedy, and it's ripping everything apart right before our eyes. We've seen scandals before, but nothing like this. Jackie Christie's entire world has been shattered, and the aftermath, it's beyond catastrophic. The second Doug Christie's affair with Brandi Maxiell went public, everything Jackie Christie had built over decades came crashing down in an instant. Behind closed doors, sources say Jackie screamed so loudly her voice cracked, smashed glasses, tore photos off the walls, and collapsed on the floor, sobbing as friends tried to pull her up. One insider revealed it wasn't just rage, it was heartbreak, betrayal, and humiliation all wrapped into one. She kept repeating, "How could he do this to me? How could Brandi do this to me?" This pain wasn't just private anymore. It spilled out for the world to see. It all spilled out into the public in the most gut-wrenching way possible. During what was supposed to be just another routine live interview, Jackie Christie broke down in front of millions. Her hands trembled. Her eyes welled up with tears, and before anyone could even process what was happening, she collapsed, fainted right on camera. Producers scrambled to cut the feed, but by then, the damage was done. Viewers had already recorded the moment, and it was soon plastered all over the internet. Within minutes, hashtag Jackie collapsed was trending worldwide. Fans weren't just spectators, they were grieving alongside her. And then, the floodgates opened. Social media exploded with outrage and disbelief. Instagram timelines flooded with side-by-side photos of Doug and Brandi, while Twitter became a war zone, lighting up with memes and hashtag Jackie betrayed. TikTok took it to a whole new level, with viral edits comparing Jackie's most loyal moments to Doug's alleged betrayal. The internet turned into a full-blown battlefield, and Jackie Christie was at the center of it all. Some fans slammed Brandi Maxiell as a snake who destroyed a marriage, while others couldn't fathom how Doug could throw away years of loyalty for a secret affair. The drama, it was just getting started, but the loudest voices, they were all for Jackie Christie. One comment said, "I grew up watching her fight for her family. She defended Doug against everyone, and this is how he pays her back." Another viral post hit harder, saying Jackie gave Doug her soul and he gave it to Brandi. But hold on, the story didn't stop with just online outrage. Paparazzi caught Jackie late at night, sunglasses on, clearly shaken, refusing to answer a single question. Reports have surfaced that she's not eating, barely sleeping, and spends hours locked away in her room. Sources say she's constantly crying, murmuring Doug's name over and over again. This isn't just heartbreak, it's the complete unraveling of a woman who was once the ironclad force of reality TV. Meanwhile, Brandi Maxiell is being dragged through the mud as the villain of the decade. Every comment section is filled with her name, her past being picked apart, with fans demanding answers. Her silence, it's only made things worse. People are questioning everything. Was she really in love with Doug? Was this just a fling? Or has this affair been brewing for years? The heat's on, and it's only getting hotter. The exposure of this affair didn't just shatter Jackie Christie personally, it obliterated her public image too. For years, Jackie and Doug Christie were sold as the ultimate power couple, ones who survived Hollywood drama and the chaos of reality TV. That perfect image gone in an instant. Brands are reportedly pulling back from Jackie, worried the scandal could ruin their reputation. One major endorsement deal, worth millions, is said to be on ice. Producers are in a panic, not knowing whether to cut ties or exploit the chaos for ratings. But the real kicker? The leaked audio that surfaced just hours after Jackie's breakdown in the grainy, distorted recording. Doug and Brandi Maxiell can allegedly be heard plotting their next move, whispering about meeting up at a hotel. But it was one sentence that sparked a full-blown frenzy. "We just need to push Jackie further away." That line, enough to turn speculation into pure rage. Fans didn't just see this as an affair anymore, they saw it as a carefully planned betrayal behind Jackie's back. The internet went dark, with conspiracy threads flooding Reddit claiming Doug and Brandi had been together for years, using industry events as cover. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a full-scale conspiracy, and the world was only beginning to catch on. They hid behind industry events as their cover, with Christie always the last to know. Old footage of Brandi Maxiell praising Doug, Christie in interviews resurfaced, and now fans are rewatching with disgust. Every smile, every glance is being torn apart as evidence. Meanwhile, Christie is drowning in pure humiliation. Family members close to her say she feels like she's being publicly executed, as if the whole world is watching her bleed out. Friends have begged her to stay offline, but Jackie refuses. She's scrolling through every comment, every meme, every video, punishing herself by reliving the betrayal over and over again. This isn't just gossip anymore, folks, this is torment. And Doug Christie, his silence is making everything 10 times worse. While Jackie crumbles and Brandi denies, Doug has said nothing. No apology, no statement, no explanation. His refusal to speak has fans fuming. Silence is guilt. One viral tweet read, racking up over 200,000 likes in hours. Another fan snapped, "If Doug loved Jackie, he'd fight for her." The fact that he's silent says it all. The rage, it's only just starting to boil over. The tragedy here goes far beyond just a broken marriage. It's the destruction of trust, the collapse of a legacy, and the public execution of a woman's pride. Christie didn't just lose her husband, she lost her dignity in front of the entire world. And guess what? Fans aren't letting Doug or Brandi off the hook. Part 1 of this nightmare is crystal clear. Christie has been betrayed, humiliated, and shattered. The internet has crowned her the victim, and now the world is holding its breath, waiting for Doug Christie to finally face the consequences. But if the leaks and rumors are to be believed, this storm is just getting started. If part 1 was the collapse of Christie's world, part 2 is about to explode in a way no one saw coming. Because this scandal didn't just stay in the realm of gossip and online outrage, it marched straight into the courtroom, dragging lawyers, contracts, and millions of dollars into the inferno. The moment Jackie found her footing after the public collapse, sources say she made one bold decision. She was done protecting Doug. For years, she defended him, fought his battles, and even took the heat for his mistakes. But this time, the betrayal hit too deep. Insiders reveal that Christie has already consulted with some of the most ruthless divorce attorneys in Los Angeles, and the price tag: a jaw-dropping $50 million lawsuit against Doug Christie. This isn't just for emotional damage, it's for what Jackie calls the theft of her life, her years, and her dignity. Court sources are whispering that Jackie is gearing up to file claims of emotional abuse through deception, using the leaked audio of Doug and Brandi Maxiell allegedly plotting to push her out. If this case hits the courtroom, we could be witnessing one of the ugliest, most public divorces in reality TV history. And for Jackie, this isn't just about the money, it's about revenge. She wants Doug humiliated in the same way she has been humiliated. But just as Jackie's legal team was ready to strike, Brandi Maxiell finally broke her silence. In a shocking late-night Instagram live, Brandi appeared tearful, emotional, and defiant. Her words, they hit even harder. "This is a setup," she declared. "I never betrayed Jackie. I never wanted Doug. Someone is trying to destroy my name, and I won't let that happen." Well, the plot thickens. Brandi Maxiell called the leaked audio a complete fabrication, insisting the voice wasn't hers and begging fans to stop sending her death threats. The reaction immediate, and it was brutal. Thousands of fans flooded her comments, branding her a liar, a manipulator, and the ultimate homewrecker. But that wasn't all. Fans started pointing out glaring inconsistencies, like why she waited so long to speak up, why she looked too rehearsed, and why she avoided answering direct questions about private meetings with Doug. One viral TikTok video put her denial side by side with old footage of Brandi smiling at Doug during a reunion taping, with the caption, "The eyes never lie. Ouch." But Brandi's denial wasn't the only bombshell to drop. Just after her live session, yet another explosive leak surfaced. Hotel security footage allegedly showing Doug and Brandi arriving at the same hotel, just minutes apart. The video didn't show them together, but fans didn't need more proof. The internet immediately dubbed it evidence, and hashtag hotel receipts began trending worldwide. With each new leak, Jackie Christie's case kept gaining momentum. Lawyers are reportedly telling her that with the audio, video, and the social media frenzy, she now has more than enough to go after Doug in court. With the audio, the video, and the social media meltdown, Jackie Christie now has more than enough ammunition to not only demand a massive payout, but also strip Doug Christie of significant assets. For Jackie, this wasn't just personal anymore, it was war. Meanwhile, Doug's silence has grown deafening. As Jackie crumbles and Brandi Maxiell denies everything, Doug has completely retreated into the shadows. No interviews, no statements, not even a single social media post. And you know what? That silence is being read as guilt, and fans are having a field day tearing him apart for refusing to defend Jackie or even himself. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. If he was innocent, he'd be screaming it from the rooftops. Silence means he's guilty. But wait, the plot thickens. The most shocking courtroom rumor yet? Multiple insiders are claiming Jackie's legal team is considering subpoenaing Brandi Maxiell, forcing her to testify under oath about her involvement with Doug. If this happens, Brandi would be dragged directly into the legal battle, putting her reputation, her career, and her family life on the line. Can you imagine the headlines? Brandi Maxiell forced to testify in Jackie vs. Doug divorce case? Fans, they're practically foaming at the mouth for this showdown. At the mouth of this chaos, fans are demanding to see the ultimate showdown. Meanwhile, producers of Basketball Wives are reportedly in a full-blown panic, unsure of how to handle this explosive situation. Do they film it? Cash in on the madness and risk turning Jackie Christie's heartbreak into a spectacle? Or do they cut ties completely, fearing the backlash of exploiting her pain? Rumors are already swirling that VH1 execs are locked in closed-door meetings, some pushing for a spin-off dedicated to Jackie Christie's survival story. Because as tragic as this scandal is, it's also the most watched drama reality TV has ever seen. But for Jackie, none of this feels like opportunity. Friends close to her say she's caught in a brutal, emotional whirlwind, swinging between rage and despair. One minute, she's screaming that Doug will pay for this with every penny he has. And the next, she's crying herself to sleep, whispering that she can't believe she's lost both her husband and her best friend in one fell swoop. The emotional whiplash of betrayal on such a public stage is like nothing anyone has ever seen. And the cameras, they just keep rolling. Meanwhile, Brandi Maxiell, she's gone into hiding. Sources say she's canceled multiple public appearances and has stopped answering calls from producers. Is she trying to dodge the storm? Only time will tell. And Brandi Maxiell, she's taken it a step further, turning off her phone for days. She's terrified. Insiders say Jackie Christie's fan base is so furious they might actually come for her. Some fans have even been spotted outside Brandi's home, chanting Jackie's name, demanding she come clean. The situation has escalated to the point where security has reportedly been called in to protect her. And through all of this, Doug remains silent. And that silence, it's poisoning everything. For Jackie, it's undeniable proof of betrayal. For Brandi, it's clear she's being left to burn. And for the fans, it's all the confirmation they need to believe the scandal is real, because in their eyes, no innocent man would let two women destroy each other without saying a word. The courtroom storm is building, and the stakes are higher than ever. Jackie is gearing up for a public war. Brandi is denying everything, while being drowned in hate. Doug, he's hiding, and his silence is screaming louder than any confession ever could. Fans, they're glued to every update, every leak, and every rumor because they know this isn't just another affair. Scandal, it's a tragedy playing out in real time. Betrayal has turned into full-blown legal warfare, and the world is watching. It's a family torn apart under the harsh spotlight. And standing at the center is Jackie Christie, ready to burn it all down if it means she doesn't have to suffer alone. Part 2 of this nightmare has made one thing crystal clear. This isn't just about love. Lost, it's about power, money, revenge, and the public destruction of reputations so brutal, no one will ever recover. For weeks, Doug Christie stayed silent. No statement, no apology, no denial. Just silence so deafening it obliterated every ounce of credibility he once had. But as we know, silence doesn't last forever. And when Doug finally spoke, the world shook. It happened at what was supposed to be a routine charity event in Los Angeles. Paparazzi swarmed him as he stepped out of his car, cameras flashing and microphones shoved in his face. For the first time since the scandal broke, Doug stopped, stared directly into the cameras and snapped, You don't know the truth. Stop dragging my name through the mud. Jackie knows the truth. Brandi knows the truth. I'll speak when I'm ready." That single outburst sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans exploded online, dissecting every word, every pause, every flicker of anger in his eyes. Some saw it as a confession and admission that both Jackie and Brandi were aware of the affair. Others insisted it was a sign of guilt, proof that he could no longer keep up the lies. No matter how you looked at it, one thing was clear: Doug's silence had shattered. And instead of saving him, it set a wildfire ablaze. Jackie, already drowning in rage, reportedly collapsed again after seeing the footage. According to close sources, Jackie completely lost control. She screamed, "He blamed me. He threw it back on me." In a fit of rage, she smashed a glass table in her home, cutting her hand and requiring paramedic treatment. The betrayal was no longer private, it had become public spectacle. Every TV screen, every social feed, every headline replayed her heartbreak. Jackie's pain had become the world's entertainment, but the biggest confrontation was still looming. Just a week later, in what fans now call the showdown, Jackie and Doug crossed paths publicly for the first time since the scandal exploded. It wasn't planned. Insiders claim producers leaked Jackie's location to the press, fully aware Doug would be there when their eyes finally met. The room turned to chaos. Jackie's voice cracked with fury as she screamed, "You destroyed me. You destroyed us." And for what for her? Cameras captured every second, her tears streaming, hands shaking, security struggling to hold her back. Doug stood frozen, jaw clenched, silent as reporters shoved microphones toward him. And then Brandi Maxiell appeared, the woman at the center of the storm. Gasps echoed through the room. Jackie spun toward her, pointing like a dagger. You did this. You stole my life." Brandi, visibly shaken, whispered, "It's not what you think." But no one believed her. The crowd erupted, booing, screaming. One woman shouted, "Homewrecker," while another cried, "Jackie deserves better." Security rushed in, dragging Jackie away before the scene could turn violent. Within minutes, the footage went viral, racking up 10 million views in less than 24 hours. Social media erupted once more. Memes, hashtags, endless commentary, hashtag Doug BETRAYER, hashtag Justice for Jackie, and hashtag Brandi Exposed trended worldwide. What had started as gossip had now cemented itself in cultural history, a moment so shocking that even mainstream news outlets couldn't ignore it. Just when it seemed the scandal had hit its peak, another bombshell dropped. Doug's own family turned on him. His relatives, once silent, began giving interviews confirming Jackie. Christie's pain. One cousin revealed that Doug had been living a double life for years. Another claimed Jackie gave him everything and he tossed it all away for a fling. Even Doug's own mother allegedly expressed her disappointment tearfully, admitting she couldn't defend her son anymore. This wasn't just betrayal from a husband, it was the collapse of an entire family tree. Meanwhile, Jackie's legal team went on the offensive. Court documents leaked, showing that she wasn't just filing for divorce, she was demanding the complete seizure of assets, including properties and retirement accounts. She wasn't just going after Doug for punishment, she wanted everything, and she wanted the world to know it. For Jackie, this wasn't just about closing a chapter. It was about erasing Doug completely from her life. As for Brandi, the storm was relentless. Sponsors dropped her, appearances were canceled, and protests erupted outside VH1 headquarters, demanding she be fired permanently. At one point, sources claimed Brandi was escorted out of a restaurant by security as customers booed and chanted Jackie's name. The career that once sparkled was now in ruins. And then there was Doug. His silence returned. But this time, it wasn't broken by words, it was broken by a collapse of his own. Paparazzi caught him stumbling out of a hotel, drunk, disheveled, mumbling that nobody understood what really happened. The clip went viral in an instant. Some fans mocked him, others pitied him. But one thing was clear: Doug Christie, once the mighty figure of strength and loyalty, had completely fallen from grace. The tragedy reached its breaking point when Jackie Christie released a gut-wrenching public statement. On camera, her voice trembling, she said, "I gave him everything. I gave him my youth, my loyalty, my name, my soul, and he left me empty. I don't care about the money anymore. I don't care about the fame. I just want my life back. But it's gone, and so is he." That moment, it shattered hearts across the world. Millions watched, tears streaming down their faces as Jackie, once the unshakable powerhouse of reality TV, broke down into uncontrollable sobs, unable to finish her sentence. Fans immediately declared it the most emotional moment in reality television history. And that's where the story stands. Doug Christie exposed and broken. Brandi Maxiell branded a homewrecker shunned by the industry. And Jackie Christie left, standing in ruins, her life torn apart in front of the entire world. This wasn't just an affair. It wasn't just betrayal. It was a cultural earthquake. This was the kind of scandal that rewrites legacies, destroys careers, and leaves scars that never heal. Doug Christie thought silence would save him. Brandi Maxiell thought denial would protect her. But in the end, it was Jackie's tears, Jackie's collapse, Jackie's devastation that became the only truth anyone could see. Because in this tragedy, there were no winners. Only heartbreak, humiliation, and the haunting reminder that sometimes the people we trust the most are the very ones who destroy us completely. And now we're left with one undeniable truth. This wasn't just an affair. This was a betrayal so deep it tore apart a marriage, a legacy, and an entire family. All laid bare for the world to witness. Doug Christie thought he could bury his secrets. Brandi Maxiell thought she could escape the fallout. But in the end, the truth always finds a way to rise to the surface. Brandi Maxiell thought she could escape the backlash. But in the end, the truth always prevails. And Jackie Christie is the one left standing in the ruins of everything she worked for. Now, the question is simple. How does one recover from this? How does a woman who gave her entire life, her soul, and her name to one man walk away with nothing but shattered trust and broken pieces of her past? Jackie isn't just the victim in this story. She's a symbol of how quickly loyalty can turn into humiliation, how love can be twisted into public spectacle. The world has turned this tragedy into entertainment. But behind every headline, every hashtag, every meme lies the silent screams of a woman's pain tears. No words from Doug or Brandi could ever silence. So, ask yourself, is this the end of Jackie Christie's empire? Or just the beginning of a much darker chapter? Will Doug ever face justice? Will Brandi ever escape the homewrecker label? Or has reality TV just delivered its most devastating storyline yet? One that no script, no producer, no network could ever have created. One thing is for sure, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. Stay tuned, because the next chapter in this tragic saga could be even darker, even deadlier, and even more heartbreaking than what we've already witnessed. Because in the world of betrayal, the pain never truly ends.